Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a nail video, a Christmas nail video. I wanted to do something traditional in color because red to me really represents Christmas. So I wanted a red themed nail for Christmas. So I picked out a couple of colors and I did decide to do a design on one of the nails, which I really like the way it came out. So I'm going to show you what I did in this video. For the colors, I used Infatuated by Revel Nail. And the white color is a glow color by Sparkle & Co. It's actually white and it glows white. So it's a very pretty color. I really love this color a lot. So I incorporated this into my mani for today. I'm going to do my design on my ring finger and all the other nails will be the solid red color. I'm going to incorporate some red and green stones into the accent nail. Also for dip liquids, I'm going to use Double Dip as a dip base. And from iGel Beauty, I'll probably use the top coat and activator. I'm not sure if I'll use the gel base and the gel top later, but I'll decide that later. But for now, we're going to get started with all of the red nails, so I'll be back. Okay, I had to slow down for just a minute so we could just admire the beauty of this red. Do y'all see that? Ah! All right, now we have all the nails dipped, clear added to all of the red nails. Now we're going to start on what we're going to do to the accent nail. For the accent nail, I'm going to start with a clear layer on the bottom. Because I'm going to use some tape to do the design, I have peel base on my nails. When I pull the tape off, sometimes it pulls the peel base off if I don't have some sort of protective barrier over on top of the peel base. So I use a clear layer on top of the peel base like I would normally be dipping. Go ahead and activate that, then go ahead in with the tape to finish the rest of the design. Now that everything's been dipped, we're going to go ahead and brush off everything really well. Brush off all the clear so we don't have any cloudiness going on with our nails. Then we're going to activate everything and go on with the next step of our design. Alright, now activator's been added to everything and now we're going to start on the main part of the design. These are nail vinyls. As you can see, they're separated in little bitty thin strips. You can use one strip, you can use two, you can use five, you can use as many as you want. But for this design, I used 4 because that was about the width that I wanted. Try to keep them together. If you want it to be one band, then you just need to keep all of those strips together. Don't let them separate because it's very hard to get them back together once they do separate. I'll leave a link for these in the description box below, but make sure that they stay together. I stick it on one part of my nails because I kind of wanted a diagonal type of design for what I was going for. So when I lay it down, I have to make sure that I lay it and stick it on one side. That kind of makes it easier to do. When you stick it down on one side and then just kind of smooth it over to the other side. Don't try to stick it all down at one time because then it'll kind of get bunched up on you. Just kind of smooth it down, stick it on one side, on one corner where you want, and kind of rub your nail across the top of it to smooth it down flat. And be sure to get it down on the sides of your nail as well. Try to get as much contact with that on the side of your nails as well, so that the dip liquid doesn't go up underneath it as best as you can. You can't control all of it, but just to do the best you can with that. So then I'm going to add the dip base to the bottom part of my nail where I'm going to add the red. I just covered that part of the nail only because I don't want this red glitter to get all over the place. Be very careful where you're putting the red glitter. When doing a design like this, it's very easy for the colors to cross-contaminate. They'll get all mixed all up in each other and it will just make a huge mess. So that's why I'm working in sections, only putting the dip liquid where I want it to be when I'm working on that particular section. And when brushing off the excess, please be careful to not brush it all on top of everything when you're brushing it off. When you're tapping your nail to get it off, kind of tap it off in a way to make sure that you don't get anything on any parts of the nail where you don't want that color to be. Now I'm going to go on to the white color on the tip. The white color on the tip is pretty easy because it's just a little small tip. I just put the dip base on it, dip my finger into the white color, and lightly dust it off. We don't care about it being perfect at this point. The lines are not going to be perfect. The coverage is not going to be perfect. That's not what we're going for in this first round. The first round of dip, we're just trying to lay the color down. So when we pull the tape off, what you see here, lightly pull the tape off. Don't just rip it. Pull it off very slowly, and there you go. We have some basic lines to guide us through how we want the rest of the design to go. There are some spots on there that are not filled in on the red and the white, so I'm going to go in now and try to fix those spots. To fill in the spots, I'm just going to do it freehand since I do have a guide now from the tape. I'm just going to go on lightly on top of where I want to add more color, working very slowly, trying to make sure that I only keep the dip base where I want the color. Anywhere you put that dip base, color is going to be. But you'll see later that we can fix it even if it comes out a little bit wonky. Don't worry, you can easily fix that. But we want to try to keep it as even and neat as possible so we have less to fix, because less to fix is always better. Now I was going for a diagonal shape, and you can see I kind of messed up my shape a little bit. It's starting to look like a French tip or something, but I'm going to go in and fix that with a nail file. Just simply file along the edge where you want the design to be in the shape that you want the design to be. It can easily be filed at this point because it hasn't been activated. So we're going to go ahead and file it to get it to the shape and style that we want, and then we'll move on from there. Now that looks pretty good to me. That's pretty much a diagonal that I was going for. Now it's time to activate it. So we want to activate this white color because I don't want any red to get contaminated in it when I go in to try to fix the bottom part of the red to fill in the spaces there. I don't want any red to get into it. So since I know I got the white part where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and activate that and harden that part, and then go back to the dip base and fix the red part at the bottom. Alright, I've got the red done, so now I'm going to go in and add the clear to the center part, because for this design the center part is going to remain clear the whole time. So I'm just adding clear to the center part at this point, just brushing the dip liquid over that center part, and I'm just going to dip the whole nail into clear because clear is not going to mess up any other part of the nail. So I'm just going to dip the whole thing into clear. Now this is not, oh, I got too much on the side. I'm just going to take that off, but that's okay. Just take that part off. But this part is going to be bumpy. The top of the surface of this particular nail is going to be bumpy, but you fix all of that with filing. Trust the process, just keep going. It'll all smooth out in the end once you file over the whole thing. So I'm going to do one last coat of clear over the whole entire nail, dip into clear, then activate that and file and buff. Alright, now everything's filed and buffed, so now it's time to add the finishing touches onto the design. I did decide to switch over to a gel top coat and a gel base. When doing designs or nail art, sometimes gel is just easier to work with because it gives you more time to play with and move things around because it's not hardened until you cure it. This particular gel glue is a glue that is used specifically to do stones and stuff with. This little tool came in the thing with the jewels itself. It's like a little sticky point on the end of it that you can use to apply all of your stones, and it came in with the stones that I bought. The first layer I'm putting on is gel base on each one of the nails, adding gel base to each one of the nails and curing that for 30 seconds. Then I'm going to come back and put a top coat on, no wipe top coat, on top of each nail as well and cure that for 30 seconds. And after this step, the red nails are done. There's nothing else to be done to the red nails. They're ready to go. The top coat is dried. Everything's ready to go. We're simply going to finish up the accent nail. So I take a little bit of the gel glue and put it on a toothpick because I want that tip to be really, really fine because I'm only going to run it along the line of the white nail. Just a very thin strip along the line of the white nail, and then I'm going to go in and add the different color stones to it. can definitely see what I mean by working with a gel, because you can move things around. Things start getting out of place, just move it around until it gets where you want, and then you cure it to lock it in place, and then we're done. Oh, you can see the glow. You can see the glow on the white dip. I love that dip. The last step, of course, is to add cuticle oil to make sure that your cuticles are nice and moisturized after you get finished doing your manicure, and we are all done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all have a happy and safe holiday season. Please stay tuned for pictures, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.